first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make it first. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Amate the Black Titan, and today marks 2 years since I've been making content on YouTube. Now, this has been quite a journey, doing content creation on YouTube. And I also would like to bring up the fact that technically I started doing content creation over on TikTok on June 2022 in the summer at that time, but it wasn't up until 2023 of this day where I will make, content on YouTube and stuff. So it's been 2 years. So for this video, I'm going to answer some questions that you guys are curious about, and let's just get right into it. So the first question is, how did I come up with the name of the channel? So the Black Titan part, it's the name of a character that I created back in high school, where I came up with the name The Black Titan. Now the 1989 part, if you say it like 6/1989, that is the month and the year my favorite movie came out. And that movie is Batman '89 with Michael Keaton. That is one of my favorite movies of all time. And that's how I came up with the name for the channel. So the next question is, how do I film my videos? So I use my iPhone 14, and depending on what kind of content I'm doing, if it's on my phone, I'm using InShot to edit the clips on there. Now for my longer form content, I'm using my HP Pavilion laptop. And the program I use on there is Film 4. This is what I use to create, my video game reviews. So on my phone, it's InShot, but on my laptop, it's Film 4. So for the next question is, how does my family and friends feel about me creating content on the internet? For my family, they absolutely love my content. My dad is my biggest fan. And then in some of my videos, you actually do see my mom, my dad, and my brother in some of my videos on my channel. So they absolutely love it. Now, in terms of my friends, it's like a mixed bag where one side you got the ones that interact with your content, and then the other side you got the ones that just watch it and just don't interact with it at all. Usually I don't let it bother me, because sometimes maybe they just are not into that kind of content that I do. But sometimes it's like, how you gonna say you support me but you don't interact with my content at all? You know what I mean? But at the same time too, I'm not gonna be the person to beg people to say, or just to beg people and say like, hey, if you like my content, like, why are you not interacting with it? But at the same time too, I usually don't let it bother me. But one of these days I would like to do content with some of my friends, and we could create like a whole bunch of things on YouTube, TikTok, or wherever it may be. Another thing about that is, when I post on TikTok and I go into the view section, I can see who's liking my stuff and who's commenting on my post. And whenever you see like a friend of yours just watching but not engaging with your content, it does make you feel some type of way, but I'm not gonna let that drag me down. And the crazy thing is, strangers on the internet, they will show more support towards you than your own friends or even your family sometimes. Even if my friends don't support my content, best believe my family is gonna support me every step of the way. And I wanna thank my mom, my dad, and all my family members who watch my videos and leave comments, and even, basically just showing support and all that stuff. And I just wanna thank my family for that. And yeah. Now, the last question is, why did I get into content creation? I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I am an actor. I'm signed with Barbizon PA, and out in New York, my manager is Mr. Robert Bloom of Step Forward Entertainment. And as I do different things on my channel, when it comes to the acting part of it, it's me practicing, my skills as I recreate scenes from my favorite movies and TV shows. So again, when you're using your platform, it's basically you sharing your interests with other people. You know what I mean? And as I continue to post on social media, basically the goal is to go viral. Now, you have to be careful on what you wish for, because whatever you go viral for, it will work with you or against you. And digital footprint is very, very important. So you have to be careful on what you post on the internet because the internet is forever. These are the YouTubers and content creators that inspire me. They are Etika, King Vader, RBC World, Caleb City, some call me Johnny, Cabana Money 456, and Corey X Kenshin. Also, just an extra question for me is, will I ever get into streaming? Maybe one day, but as of right now, I don't have the equipment to really pull that off. But if I do, maybe one of these days. Now, for this last part, these are people who are in the industry, who've seen my content before, and they are Pete Capella, the Isley Brothers, I'll Be Sure, Q-Tip, John Hurwitz, Dallas Young, Okaya. That's the guy who played Kenny's big brother in Cobra Kai. Then Johnny Gill, Little C's, Cree Summer, Matt Hill, Sam Vincent, and Tony Sampson. So those are the folks who've seen my content before, and that's basically the goal, you know what I mean? Well, we reached the end to this video. I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, all my followers on TikTok and Instagram. I also want to say thank you to all of my family and my friends, as this is something that I like doing and sharing my interests on my channel. So like, share, and subscribe, and you have a good day. See ya.